Hey there, life changer. Why does it always feel like your life is still waiting to begin? Like you're waiting on the sidelines, watching time pass, convincing yourself there's just one more thing to fix before you're finally allowed to start. But here's the raw truth: there is no perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There never was. We're all conditioned to wait for clarity, for courage, for convenience. But in doing so, we willingly surrender our lives to the illusion of later. We trade possibility for paralysis. How many dreams have died in the quiet corners of almost ready? You think hesitation is strategy, but it's not. It's fear dressed in logic. It's anxiety wearing a suit of armor that looks like planning. So every second you wait, your doubt multiplies, your confidence decays, and your life calcifies into a cycle of nothing ever really changing. Let that sink in. The cost of inaction is regret, measured not in missed opportunities, but in slowly decaying potential. The weight of someday is heavier than failure could ever be. What terrifies people isn't trying and falling, it's waking up and realizing you you that they never moved at all. So what exactly are you waiting for? I guarantee breakthrough, uh like permission slip from the universe, you'll not get it. And even if you did, it wouldn't change a thing because no external sign could override internal fear. There's a cold hard truth that most never admit. Your comfort zone is a padded cell. It feels safe, but it's quietly killing your ambition. The longer you stay inside, the smaller your world becomes, and eventually you forget what freedom even feels. This isn't a pep talk. This is a warning. Every time you whisper, quote, a not yet in your head, you are voting against yourself. You're casting a silent ballot for stagnation. You're saying to yourself, my dreams can wait while your life cannot. And don't tell yourself that you're not ready. Nobody really is. The people who move, they're scared, maybe even terrified, but they go anyways. That's the difference. That's what changes everything. You don't need a new plan. You don't even need another degree. You need to stop waiting for an internal green light that will never flash because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Here's the reality you've been avoiding: the version of you that takes the leap isn't more prepared than the one watching this video right now. They're just done with delay, done with the doubt, done with watching time pass and wonder when life will start. There will never be a perfect moment. And there's always this moment and what you choose to do with it. So I want you to ask yourself, do you want to feel proud or just relieved? Do you want to build something real or just stay busy avoiding the ache of unfinished business? Do you want to look back one day and say, I tried, or I waited. This isn't about motivation. It's about defiance, defying the fear, defying the hesitation, defying the lie that you have time to waste. Stop waiting, start moving before another version of you gets buried behind the weight of what could have been. You grind, you push, you check every box, and still you feel hollow. Why is that? Because most of us are sprinting in circles, not towards meaning, but towards exhaustion. We worship hustle, we glorify burnout, we confuse being busy with being alive. And what does it get us? Dead eyes behind glowing screens, a to do list that really never ends, days that blur, weeks that vanish, a life that feels more like a task than an adventure. This is the great lie that achievement will bring fulfillment, that if you work hard enough, you'll finally feel whole. But you see, for fulfillment isn't found in box zero. It's not hidden inside another promotion. You'll find you won't find your promotion at the bottom of a productivity app. You can climb every ladder and still feel lost if that ladder is against the wrong wall. Do you feel me? I want you to ask yourself this. Who decided what success looks like for you? Did you? Or did you just inherit someone else's ambition and call it your own? Because here's the gut punching truth. You can you can win the wrong game. You can sacrifice your time, your energy, your joy for a version of success that doesn't even fit. And by the time you realize it, the best parts of you may be gone. So, busy is not a badge of honor, it's a warning sign. Constant motion doesn't equal progress. Sometimes it's just avoidance wearing a mask, avoiding stillness, avoiding discomfort, avoiding the terrifying question, is this all there is? We've been sold a narrative that burnout is noble, but burnout isn't bravery, it's a broken compass. And most people don't hit rock bottom because they're weak. They hit it because they keep pushing in the wrong direction for too long. So let me be blunt, okay? If your calendar is full, but your heart is empty, you're not succeeding, you're surviving. There is a difference. Stop numbing your discontent with busyness. Stop pretending that more effort will fix misalignment. Your soul isn't starving for success, it's really starving for meaning. It's starving for a why, a reason. So I want you to ask yourself this. What am I actually building? And who am I becoming in the process? If I stop half the things I'm doing right now, what would get better, not worse? Because if your schedule is devouring your spirit, it's time to burn the blueprint and rewrite the rules, redraw the map. What do you need permission to stop chasing? And that isn't yours. Slowing down isn't weakness, it's strategy, it's clarity, it's rebellion in a world addicted to speed and empty applause. Refuse to be another name on a spreadsheet. Refuse to trade spark for a salary. You weren't made for endless hustle. You were made to create, to connect with others, to come alive. And if you want that, you'll have to choose it, not once, but every day, even when it feels heavy, even when the world tells you to keep grinding. Choose this. Choose alignment over achievement. Choose depth over distraction. Choose what actually matters or don't, and keep wondering why it feels so empty. Look around. The people closest to you, they're shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. Not with grand gestures, but with subtle influence, a quiet energy, and invisible ceilings. So let's stop pretending you're immune because you're not. You are porous. You absorb these habits, these fears. You see, you mirror the emotional temperature of the room you're in. And if your circle is playing small, shrinking, doubting, don't kid yourself. You will too. Who's inspiring you? Who's challenging you? Who's quietly dragging you down without ever saying a word? Think about that. Because make no mistake, your circle is either your fuel or your anchor. They either breathe oxygen into your vision or slowly suffocating it. There's no neutral ground. And it's not just what they say, it's how they live because ambition is contagious and so is mediocrity. If everyone around you is stuck, bitter, or playing it safe, you will normalize that. You'll start shrinking without even noticing. You delay the leap. You settle for good enough until one day you don't even recognize your own voice anymore. But get this, you get to choose your input. You don't owe anyone your stagnation. You don't have to dim your fire to keep someone else comfortable. Loyalty to others should never cost you loyalty to your dreams. So level up your circle, find people who move fast, think bigger, and scare you in a good way. People who make you uncomfortable because their beliefs in possibility exposes your excuse. So I want you to audit your environment, cut the dead weight, add lifters, not learners, create friction that forces growth, not friction that drains you dry. I want you to ask yourself this right now. Whose voice is louder than your own? Whose limitations are living rent free in your head? If you don't intentionally surround yourself with greatness, you will unintentionally settle for less. And you know what? I know you deserve more, but you have to claim it. And that starts with choosing who gets the seat at your table.